Hello?
Hi, Vicente.
Yes, this is him.
Hi, my name is Nikki Bishop, and I am a housing specialist with All Health Network. And your case manager, Melina, wanted me to outreach you and see how I can support you in your housing.
Okay. Yeah, I thought that my housing authority or whatever was Crystal, or I have it written down here. Yeah, it says my case manager is Crystal Cherry
Oh, it's Melina.
with my housing voucher.
So that's with the housing authority. So I'm through All Health Network, so I can just help you through the process, of finding a place. If you need me to talk to the housing authority, I can do that. We can call together.
Okay.
Yeah, so just basically supporting you and, whatever you need with your housing. But no, I don't work for the housing authority.
Oh, okay. Um, Yeah, and as for All Health, I'm trying to get out of it and stuff, and I've almost been killed by those injections that they forced upon me for 3 months. And Doctor
Oh God, that
Towns,
sounds terrible.
yeah, they court ordered me monthly injections for 3 months straight, and they would take me to the mental hospital and pin me down with a team of security guards and inject me with these
Well,
injections, and I was allergic to
geez,
them. I was allergic to them.
that sounds horrifying.
Yeah. And Dr.
I'm sorry.
Townsend is with All Health, and he's the certification holder, and he's a lunatic.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, and he's with All Health and stuff. So, like, I'd rather not work with All Health, but I am in some dire need of help with my housing situation.
Well, we're not all bad, I promise.
I agree. I love All Health. All Health has helped me get this voucher and SSI when I was 17, and I've been with All Health most of my life, and I've never had a problem with them until Dr. Townsend started working there.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, would you like to work with me then?
Yeah, I'll take any help that I can get, because, yeah, I got a notice to quit last month, and I have to be out of the apartment by the end of this month, August 20th, I think.
Okay.
And I'm currently on my grandma's couch right now, and I still have to pay rent for this month, even though I have to leave by the
Okay.
20th or something.
Okay.
But if I'm still in my grandma's house by next month, SSI said that I have to pay rent,
Okay.
and my grandma says that she doesn't want me to pay rent because it might mess up her SSI.
Oh
So,
no. Okay.
but
What county are you living in?
the apartment is in Inglewood. I'm not sure what county
Okay.
that is. Um, my grandma's house is in Aurora.
Mhm.
It's Inglewood 80110.
Okay.
And you said my case manager told you to call me?
Right.
Is it the All Health case manager?
Right. But it
Oh,
was Melina.
I didn't even know I had a case manager. Okay.
Okay.
Could I have her info so maybe I could talk to her too? And
I can schedule you with her. I can outreach her for you. They're weird about me giving out like direct lines and all that, but
right.
I can definitely send her an email and tell her to give you a call.
Yeah, and maybe you could give her my email as well, and maybe my phone number.
Okay. Yeah. No problem.
Okay.
It's all in our system here, so she'll be able to see it.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. I'm just going to pull some stuff up. Okay, so that means you're through South Metro Housing.
South Metro
And
Housing.
so, yeah, that would be in Arapahoe. And so what we need to figure out is how much your voucher is for.
Right. Yeah, I got those
And
questions written down too. I called them today and I left a message and I also sent them an email. And my mom told me that I need to see how much my vouchers pay, if the vouchers transfer from county to county, if not, what county it's in, and then I also needed to email them the notice to quit. And I did all
right.
that.
Okay, yeah, because the voucher is not transferable
Okay.
as far as I know. So, like, I mean, you can, okay, I misspoke. So, if you want to live in a different county, you can.
Okay.
But there's a process involved where you have to do what's called porting in.
Right.
And so when you port in, that means that, you're going to live in that other county.
Right. And it's kind of
Okay.
like a process to transfer it.
Right.
Okay. Okay, I'll write that down. There is process to transfer. Okay, that's good. That answers that question.
Yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes total sense.
Okay. All right. So, if we can figure out how much your voucher is for, which I'm guessing is probably around 1,200, because that's pretty average.
Right.
Then you just have to pay the difference wherever you go. And in Colorado, you can go to any apartment complex.
Oh, I can go anywhere?
Anywhere, yeah.
Oh, I thought it had to be like Section 8 or something.
Nope, not in Colorado.
Oh, well, that's good to know. Okay.
Yeah, there was a lot of advocacy and like a lot of protesting and stuff for people that in 2019 because Colorado, it's like sort of like housing discrimination.
Right. Yeah, because
If you don't
the
accept the
Section 8
voucher.
apartments always have really bad people living there, and yeah.
Right.
Well, that's good to know. There's just a process to like do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
And right now I'm paying $200 a month out of my SSI to
Okay.
and they have raised the rent every time I sign the lease. And sometimes they made me re-sign a lease every month. And they
Right.
raise the rent every time, and I never understood why they kept doing that.
It's just that's like normal, every apartment complex does it. Like, I mean, I've lived in apartment complexes for like 15 years, and like every single month or every single time I go to renew the lease, they just raise it $100,
Right.
And it's crappy that they do that, but
Right.
for some reason, they feel like they can do that. So,
Right.
yeah, not a fan myself.
Right. Right.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out where your file is still. Oh my goodness, and I cannot find it for the life of me. So I'm gonna have to look you up here. So you might have to help me with the spelling of your last name, okay?
Yeah, it's a tough one. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Go ahead and give me your last name.
Okay. V as in Victor. E R N A G A L L O.
I got it. Fantastic. All right. So, have you thought about where you want to live?
I don't know, actually. I don't know. Like, I've lived mostly in Aurora, is where I've mostly lived. And there's definitely some trouble areas that I definitely don't want to live again. There's some nice apartments that I've had. But
Sure.
I think I would prefer not to be in Aurora, just because
Okay.
of the all the drug dealing and stuff that goes on here. Um,
Sure.
I
Do you use narcotics?
I smoke marijuana, tobacco, and I drink on occasion.
Okay. Well, those aren't drugs. I'm just kidding.
Right.
All right. Let's see. Yeah, and I mean, like, do you have a history of it, or
A history of drug
like,
addiction and stuff like that? No.
right?
I've never been an
Oh,
addict, never had any charges or anything like that.
oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's difficult for me to house people that have, like, meth addictions and stuff like that because a lot of housing places won't take them.
Right.
One. All right, so I got you up here. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, so wherever you want to go, I mean, if you want to go to a different county, you absolutely can.
Well, I kind of was like in Inglewood.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking maybe Parker, but Parker's really expensive.
It is, but you know what? I live in Parker and I love it.
Right. I like Parker too because it's just like the people are usually mean and stuff, but
Yes.
there's none of that drug dealing stuff going on, and there's none of that crime and stuff in Parker like it is in Aurora, and I do like
Well, there's a
that.
lot of accessible places. Like, do you drive?
Yes, I do have a car.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. I bought it with my first stimulus check from my mom, and I love it.
That's cool. Yeah, like, I mean, I like Parker just because it's, you have everything really close. Like you have the grocery store, you have the parks, and they have a lot of like events that go on, and
Right. And I have lived in Parker for like most of my teens. With
uh-huh.
my mom and I and my stepdad and stuff moved out there, so I'm pretty familiar with Parker, and I do like it too. And it's a lot calmer crowd, and I think that's where I would prefer if I can afford it.
Well, there's some affordable apartments around here. There's Hilltop Apartments, if you're familiar with those ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's that one.
The gated
Um,
one?
no, that's Briargate.
Oh, okay.
But no, Hilltop, it's just like, it actually was the first apartment complex built in Parker. And I've lived there. It's not too bad. The insulation's a little bit shoddy, but I mean, other than that, it's a pretty nice area, and they're probably going to be your lowest income you're looking at. The other one would be Copper Step.
Okay. Yeah, I've never heard of that one.
Yeah, that one's fairly new, but Copper Step always has a wait list, and so, you probably are going to have to do a wait list if you want to live there. But, I mean, if you're not in a huge hurry, then it might be okay. But, yeah, those are the two that I can think that. Let me look and see. Let's just do a little search. Parker, low income. Yep, that's Trailside apartments aren't horrible. I don't think it's like a yeah, it's okay. I'm trying to see if it's actually if Trailside is low income. But yeah, I mean, Hilltop apartments definitely are.
Okay, cool. And Hilltop Apartment, those are by the skate park, right?
Those ones are Trailside. This
Okay.
one is, this one's like right off, like where Main Street is?
Yeah.
Okay, and then there's like the big Victorian houses and like all that coming off of Main Street.
Right.
It's like office buildings and stuff. If you go down that street, that's where Hilltop Apartments are.
Oh, cool. That's a nice little area.
Yeah, so it's really cool because like it's right next to Main Street. So like you have, they have the farmers market every Sunday, and they have the bar over there, tailgate, and
Yeah.
they're a little overpriced, but they just opened actually another bar called the Studio, which isn't too bad.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the Studio is way less expensive too.
Oh, cool. I'll have to check that out. And then they also got those fair things every year, and
Yeah, they
that'd
have
be
the,
right next there.
Right, they have what's it called, the
Parker Days.
Parker Days.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and those are always
yeah,
cool.
every June.
Um,
I'm gonna look at a one bedroom. See what they have here. One bedroom. Okay, yeah. So it's kind of pricey, but they might have a low income plan. But this one, one bedroom is $1,574. It's kind of high if you're at 1,200.
right. So 12, 3, 4, 5. So I'd be paying like 300 out of my pocket, probably, about maybe.
Right.
Okay.
Mhm.
And I get like I think $780 a month from SSI. And I do have a cat, and I got to get him litter and food, and then toiletries and stuff, and cigarettes, and
Right.
it's been
Yeah.
hard enough now, and I'm at $199 a month.
Right.
And it's
Well, the
still
other
been-
thing is too is if you port into, hold on, South Metro. Actually, I think they handle Douglas County. Yeah, they do. So you won't even have to change your voucher. You can just go right to Parker.
Oh, that'd be cool.
But they may increase your voucher amount if you tell them where you're going.
Oh, cool. That'd be cool.
You never know. I mean, you might be able to advocate for yourself and say, like, listen, I need to move to Parker for medical reasons or whatever. And then, if they, they might, you never know. I mean, it doesn't hurt to ask, right?
Right. Yeah, and my case manager with the housing, the South Metro Housing is, I think it's CHERYEL. What does that say? Crystal?
Yeah. Crystal?
Yeah, Crystal. We'll just say Crystal. But yeah, I called and left a message with her, and I sent her an email and a picture of the notice to quit and all the info that I've had. I also have videos on YouTube right now of all the incidents that's been going on in my apartment, and I sent those to her as well.
What's been going on?
Oh, it has been horrible. I've been at Canterbury East for about at least 5 or more years. And all the neighbors would constantly, well, not all of them, just 2 neighbors. It was Beverly and Jenny, and they live pretty much next to each other and they're friends. But they would just call noise complaints on me every chance that they got. If I was playing guitar, or if I was singing or listening to music, or even watching a movie or a video game, they would call the police on me immediately for a noise complaint. And then,
That's crazy.
yeah, and that's what happens to me at every single apartment I go to. The second they find out I'm a musician, they're like, oh, well, I can just call the police for noise complaints and get them kicked out.
That sucks.
I know, and I hate it. And usually, I don't last longer than 6 months in an apartment.
Well, maybe if you tell them up front, like, especially at Hilltop, if you end up moving there, because, like, their insulation's shoddy. So if you tell them up front, like, can you put me in a building that, maybe other people that are noisy at, or something like that, or, or if you could put me in an end unit, things like that, so that way you're not pissing off your neighbors and stuff, and that's just kind of the beast of living in apartments, really,
Yeah. That's actually good info. That makes sense. And then also the office would know, like, oh, they'd be aware.
Right, exactly. I think it's better to tell them up front,
Right.
So So yeah, I'm a musician myself, and so like I do that, in my spare time, and so I'm always up front when I move in to different apartment complexes of where, to put me and things like that because, I just do piano, but it still can get noisy,
Right,
you
right.
know. And like so, for instance, another thing is like I asked to be put on the bottom floor, and like I always ask to be put on the bottom floor and an end unit,
Right. Yeah.
you know. And that way you're not in the middle and you're not, there's only people above you, nobody below you.
Right. Yeah, this apartment I was in the top right corner, so I only had two neighbors.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, it's the longest time I've had an apartment. I was in there for at least 5 years, and
So that's pretty good.
that is pretty good. I was pretty proud of myself.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So it's not impossible.
Right. And all the other neighbors were fine. They're like, I never hear you, Vinny. We barely even know if you're home or not. I'm like, well, then why are the cops at my door every day? But yeah, that's good info. I'll definitely do that. I'll talk to them about it and stuff. And
Yeah. Yeah. And then just to, you can research like low income apartments and if you're having trouble getting your housing person on the phone, let me know because South Metro can be really difficult to get a hold of.
oh, really? Yeah, because I went straight to voicemail, and the office even gave me an extension, and I didn't even have the option to do the extension, so I had to leave a voicemail.
Oh man, not cool.
And then I did send 2 emails with all the info that I've accumulated.
Uh-huh.
And I just did that today, so I mean, I'm sure I at least have to give them a day or so. I'll probably call back again tomorrow.
Keep on them.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
really, because it's frustrating for me, and I'm a worker. I can't imagine. I always feel kind of some empathy for my clients that have to work with them because it's not that they're bad, it's just that they're so hard to get a hold of.
Right.
Kind of makes them crappy, to be honest.
Right.
So, yeah, just keep on them. I would say when you call, do an email. So you're calling them and you're sending them an email, and eventually, that's going to back up their inbox, and then it's going to get noticed.
Okay, cool. That's a good idea.
Yeah, and you don't have to be mean. Just pushy polite.
Right, right. And yeah, I've definitely been trying my best to be polite with all the people I've been dealing with, but like after a while, I do get a little angry, and it does get hard. But I always apologize, and I try to be as nice as I can and stuff. And
well, I got some advice a while back, and from a good friend of mine that was like, if you get angry, that's when they win.
right, and that's true.
Yeah, and so it's like, you can feel angry, but do it after you talk to them.
Right, right. Right.
Maybe after this phone call or whatever, scream into a pillow or whatever you need to do.
Right. Yeah, because the second you start cussing them out, then they don't have to help you, and they can get you in trouble. Yeah.
Exactly. And, like I said, the best is pushy polite. It's just sending emails and being a little passive aggressive and,
Right.
So you'll get through though eventually for sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely. Yeah, I've just been working a lot on the apartment, trying to fix it up so I can keep my voucher. Because I only get one voucher in a lifetime, and if I lose it, then I have to do it myself. So I've been.
Is that true? They only give you one voucher?
Yeah, that's what they told me when I got it. When I went in there and they gave it to me and stuff, they made it very clear that I only get one voucher, and if I lose it, then I have to come. I mean, not voucher, deposit. I only get one deposit. And if I lose the deposit, then I have to come up with the deposit myself for the next apartment.
Okay.
So I have been fixing all the walls in the apartment, and next I just have to clean the floors up and get the rest of my stuff out, and then I don't see any reason for me not to get my deposit back. But every apartment I go to, they keep the deposit.
Well, sometimes what you can ask is them to do a walkthrough with you.
Right. And I do. I definitely do. One apartment said they're keeping my deposit because one of the blinds were broken, and because it wouldn't twist, correctly. And I was like, well, do you want me to go get a new blind? I mean, it's probably $1 at the dollar store. I can go get a new blind. Then you can give me my $1,000 deposit. They're like, no, it's too late now. I'm like, well, this is ridiculous. You're just trying to screw me over.
Well, absolutely, yeah.
That's a 50-cent blind. You can't keep my $1,000 for a blind.
That's insane.
Yeah, they always screw me over in these apartments.
Yeah, that's for sure. I've been there. Okay, let me get you another appointment. I'd like to follow up with you at the end of the month, if that's okay.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'd appreciate
Okay.
that.
Yeah, just to see where you're at. How are you doing with Grandma in the home? Are you guys getting along okay?
It's getting better. The more I'm moving in and stuff. She did make a contract that says that I can't pay rent and stuff like that, but I'm sure I can talk to her about it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, and then, the good thing is you have a voucher, so you can, get your own place and get settled,
Right.
which is nice, so maybe knowing that will help.
Right, and I did make it clear to her I'm not moving in. I just need a couch to sleep on until I can find a new place, and we're getting along better the longer that we're together, so.
Good. Okay, I'm going to check up on you on the 25th of August.
25th.
The 4 p.m. appointment, is that too late, or would that work?
I'm sorry?
Would a 4 p.m. appointment be okay?
Oh, that's perfect.
Okay, great. I'm going to do 4 to 4:50 on 8/25.
8/25. What day is that?
Let's see. That is a Wednesday.
Wednesday.
That's
Okay.
a Wednesday. Yeah. Okay. Do you mind holding just one moment for me? Sorry.
No problem.
Thanks. Okay, I'm here. Sorry about that.
No
So
problem.
I'll do 4 to 4:50 just in case we need the hour. We might not, but that'll be all right. Just,
Okay.
to have it.
And you recommended Hilltop Apartments, right?
Yeah, it's on top, but remember, kind of be upfront about the guitar or whatever it is, or the music that you're playing and stuff because of their, insulation issues. And then the other one would be Copper Steps, but you would just have to, get on their wait list.
Right.
But I think Hilltops would be better because, then you're right there. You're next to, like, a bunch of nice little restaurants and, they've got a new brewery over there, too. And I think that would just be better,
Yeah, I think so too. That would be cool there. I also got a friend that lives in one of the houses there, so that would be cool.
Yeah, I mean, that's where I would have preferred to live anyway,
Cool. And then, okay, yeah. And then were you gonna give my info to my case manager? Who's my case manager again?
Melina, but, she's only going to be here for, I think until the end of the month. And so it's going to be important for you to connect with her because you're going to at least have to transfer case managers with her.
Okay.
You know, you don't want to get left. Of course, I'm always here too, and I can talk to whoever you need to, but
Okay, that's good.
yeah, just in case, you know.
Okay. Do you have my email in the record?
Yeah, it should be in there.
Okay.
It's usually all in there, yeah.
Okay,
Email and
cool.
all that, but I'll let her know. I mean, if this is a good number to get a hold of you on too.
Okay, cool. And then,
Is this a good number or?
oh yeah, this is my cell with Q-Link Wireless. So yeah, this is my primary. What was your name again?
It's Nikki Bishop.
Nikki. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
All right, it was great talking to you today. Nice meeting you.
Yeah, and then I was also wondering if you could possibly help me get in contact with Dr. Goya as well, my med provider. I was wanting to talk to her too, and I'm kind of wanting to talk to all my team because I haven't talked to anybody in All Health in over a year and a half except for Townsend, and I do not like that guy.
Right, yeah, definitely. I can email all of them right now if you want.
Oh, I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you.
All right. All right, I'm just going to send them a quick email and just tell them to reconnect with you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, he said you take care, all right? And I'll talk to you on the 25th and see where you're at.
Thank you.
All right, have a good night.
You
Goodbye.
too. Bye.